Well, really looking forward to going out this year and hunting, so we're studying the maps and had a few years experience studying the maps. I've met some individuals on the hunting forums. I've met a guy that bases out of Douglas, and also met another semi-professional hunter slash guide that's helped me out. He pointed me one time, he took me to the maps, took me to a special map, took me to this game trail that was on this ridge, and it looked great. And I studied the maps around it, but it wasn't until I got there on foot that I really learned how to approach that area. I had to take an off and not offer my services for mule deer hunting for a couple of years. And then the population came back up. I had a guy that begged me to go out there, so I pointed him in that direction. And he was successful. He took a 5x5 out of the hills that I directed him to. So this year, what we're trying to do is go back into that same area where I've never gone before, use the maps just like he used them. And so this time I'm going to be kind of like the client, using the maps to see how we get there. So I'm excited about this water hole that we're seeing, and some of the trails back and forth between these two water holes. We're going to get on this ridge and see what happens. Okay, so a couple of different map products that I'm using here is the Base Camp. And the Base Camp, it's a Garmin product, and it's going to let me know what kind of elevation changes there are, which is important because we need to know how far we're hiking, how high we're hiking, how much effort it's going to take to get back there. It also, we can do some searches on here, and we can find water holes, springs, things like that, areas of interest that are going to give us those water sources. Then I switch over to the Google Earth, and then I can see a little bit more what kind of actual timber is there. Is these pine trees or these cedar trees? And you can see there's even trails here that we can see and zoom in on and find some bedding areas. So this year we've located this two water sources, and we are going to set up and do some hunting and do our favorite type of hunting. That's the spotting and stalking. So we're going to get where we can spot, and then we're going to find a path along these ridges that we're going to be able to get down. We're going to be able to take these ridge points and come down and do that stalk and get on the game. Now, was it maps only take you so far, so you have to get on the ground. The maps are a great resource, but you have to get on the ground, and when you get on the ground, it opens up to what the maps truly are. And the first year we went out there, we had some success, but we were going for does, mule deer and antelope. So year 2, year 3 went by, and it was year 3 we got our first nice buck that we could hang on the wall. So year 4 I decided to offer my services, got on one of the hunting forums, and found somebody that was looking for help, and I was offering. So that's how Hunt Wyoming got started, and that was just about 2010. So I invested in some maps, invested in some GPS products, maps that show the topography, along with maps that show the Google Earth in specific areas. So I'm able to zoom in and find maybe what ridges are going to work the best for my experience, looking for water sources, looking for those food plots, those food sources also combined with the bedding areas. This year what we're doing is Ozark Mountain Outdoor Adventures, putting all this effort to helping them get a production where they can capture the harvest of some game, get out there and see what it's firsthand, so they can share on their YouTube channel and let their users know what it's like to experience